Good afternoon, teacher. This is the fourth part of my e-portfolio, which is called Classroom Management Implementation. Here we have the classroom management strategies and learning experiences. Okay, so when we first started with these classes in Los Forjadores school, the classroom management that we had with Benjamin, George, and Macarena were kind of weak because we tried to talk with the students, but it was different from other practices. For example, their level of English were quite superior to other experiences that we had. So for us and for me also was kind of a pleasant class that we had. Most of the students in sixth grade tried to participate in the classroom in our classes with Benjamin. The strategies that we tried to use were engagement for the students. However, I made some mistakes when giving the instructions. So, for example, uh, if I had a worksheet about likes and dislikes, first I hand out the worksheet and then give the instruction, which was the opposite that I had to do. First giving the instructions and then giving the worksheet. The learning experience that I had was, as I said, quite well and a pleasant class that I had with the sixth grade. It was attractive, it was effective for me, trying to not use a wide range of complex words with a sixth grade, but it was a good experience uh, for me to try to teach more. Not only that I like, but I dislike, or I don't like, or I hate, or I love. Also, I try to not only engagement for me, but also for the students. Here are some strategies and ways to engage the students during the first part of the class, the beginning of the class. We usually try to ask the students how they felt. So, for example, I had a popsicle stick and asked uh, one student, so for example, George, how are you feeling today? The students, if they couldn't pronounce the word, for example, happy, okay, nervous, scared, or angry, they usually choose the color. So, for example, I red, for example, or five. So we could notice that the students was feeling angry or happy or scared. At the moment, at the moment of doing the class of expressions, for example, we try to use emojis to express emotions. So, for example, when we refer to I love something, we usually do this for love. If we like something, we usually um, show only a thumbs up. And if we hate something, we use two thumbs down. Okay. Here are some pictures of us doing a class. Uh, this was seventh grade though. Um, in the first class, the first picture, sorry, um, we are introducing the class. The second picture, we are trying to explain what is the activity about. And the third one, we are developing the activity, which was a word searcher. Okay, so this is alternatives for the future and main aspects to improve. Personally, I think that some alternatives in the future for me would be give instructions clear and short. Try to not panic during those activities. For example, for me, the main aspects would be improving the way I give instructions. I made too much mistakes during the lessons in sixth and seventh grade. So that was my weak point during the classes. I think I can improve those aspects because, for example, I had problems with students of seventh grade that I couldn't do my classes because he was always screaming and laughing. So in those things, I have to put order in the classroom. I have to have more classroom management. So for me, those aspects are fundamental to do a perfect class. I mean, not all classes are perfect, but I can improve those aspects in giving instructions. Now we have the fifth part of this portfolio, which is teacher as a counselor. In this part, I'm going to focus on the role as a teacher. So, so the first part of the role as a teacher is the instructional leadership. For me, head teachers are responsible for setting educational goals, overseeing curriculum implementation, and ensuring high teaching standards. They inspire and support teachers in their professional development and foster a culture of continuous improvement. The second part it is called administrative management. This part, um, administrative duties include managing the school budget, ensuring policy compliance, and overseeing school facilities maintenance, and also effective administrations that creates a safe and conducive learning environment and ensure smooth schools operations. This part is the most fundamental part of the administrative management because you have to create a space for the students, an environment that ensures a safe and a rich environment for the students to learn. Then we have community engagement. The head teachers build relationships with parents, local communities, and educational stakeholders that involve communication and collaboration to foster a supportive and engaged school community, aligning school goals with community expectations. So this part is quite important also, mostly because in the sixth grade I tried to introduce a topic which was puberty, which for me and my partner Benjamin was quite difficult for us because uh, how to explain puberty to students of 10 to 12 years old, it is difficult for us. We had the support and the leadership of the social worker, the psychologist, and the head teacher of that class. which could face those awkward questions, for example. And the last but not least, challenges and professional development. Okay. Head teachers build relationships. The role is challenging and requires balancing various skills and competencies. Continuous professional development is essential for staying updated with educational research, leadership strategies, and policy changes. Leadership training and peer networks provide valuable support. So, for example, I saw my head teacher talking with our guide teacher, explaining to us how the class was, how could we engage the students for us to try to explain the topic about puberty and the changes that human body has through the ages of 10 to 21 years old, for example. So those were real challenges for Benjamin and I. The professional development that we had was a growth that I had never seen before for me. Um, that was quite good. I couldn't say more about that experience in Los Forjadores School. So to end this presentation, I have here my academic references. So this is all for my fourth and fifth part of my portfolio. I hope you enjoy it.